What's up, my archfiends of chaos? Your king and knife. It's found time EX Turk, and I'm here with a new video teaching you how to actually get into Dissida. Now you can watch my matches and stuff like that. Now, to get into Dissida NT, since this is going to be the very first console release, Dissida, and will be into the fighting games around, this is actually going to turn to an esports, so you want to get prepared. So, what you need to do is pick one good champion. Now, if you're gonna play offline, go ahead and pick any of other characters, or if you're gonna play for fun with your friends, if it, once the game comes, because then there'll be a two-player mode, then you can play as anybody else. But if you're gonna be playing on the online meta and try to rank up and get into serious tournaments, I'd pick one. I would pick one champion that you're really good at, and you gotta know the champion's skills. Whether you play the old Dissidia or you just play fighting games with the same kind of style of fighting as the character has. Now, Vanguard is the reason why if you're a beginner, you want to pick Cloud or Squall, because Assassins and Vanguards are very easy to learn because they have basic move sets. Besides the harder characters like Shitaro, Yushitola, and like ones that could switch classes like Onion Knight and Warrior of Light. I think the best characters to play if you're a beginner would be Cloud or Squall, and not just because they're more recognizable characters. It's also the fact that their movesets are easier. Now, if you're a beginner, I'd play the first A set instead of the B set. The B set's for like players who are really good at this game. The A set has healing in it. So it's pretty much like getting on a bicycle with training wheels if you pick the A set. So I would most likely pick the B set if anything else. The B set is what you really want to use if you're trying to get online. Now, I'd pick one champion you're good at depending on the fighting style you have. If you're for fast-paced battle, then assassin characters are going to be your go-to. If you want to play just straight up big brawl, big ones that the big heavy sword, characters, what I'm trying to say is like the heavy support, then you want to play someone like Cloud, who is a Vanguard. But out of all the Vanguards, I'm pretty sure he's going to be the fastest one in there because, because Cloud's a big hero for Final Fantasy and a big face for Final Fantasy. When you think Final Fantasy, you think Cloud or Squall. They're going to be kind of beefing Cloud up a little bit, But I would pick one champion you're good at and play that online. But I would train so you can see the different fighting styles. I'd train with every character, and if you beat your friends a couple of times or three or four times with one character, then that's the one I would use on the online meta or the tournaments. Because this is a different kind of fighting game. If you're used to playing the 3D fighting style like Naruto, Ninja Storm, or I'm trying to think of a 3D fighting, then you probably be good at this game. You probably already know if you played Naruto, Ninja Storm, games that had the 3D fighting, stuff, or like Xenoverse that has the 3D fighting, stuff like that, then the best thing you want to do is stick to one champion. Because those games you stick to one champion and use it, for the meta. This is for the meta, of course. But that's only for this is a 3D fighter with Temeko's hands on it. The same people made Dead or Alive, except the fighting style is quite different. But nonetheless, Dissidia could be really easy if you know what to do. Now, the limit breaks are really hard because you have to press the R's and triangles. I would just practice with the character first when there's a practice mode and see what you could do with that character instead of just go ahead and get into battle, which I learned the hard way, which I got smacked pretty hard for that shit. So, I would learn each character sets and what it does before jumping in there and thinking you're good, just like any other fighting game. If you're going to jump into the meta and the tournaments, then I would suggest train for the tournaments. I would suggest training like nobody's business, it's kind of like if you want gains, you have to go work out in the gym, right? Well, you got to start with easier weights and go up, so I would pick a character that's easy for you to use if you're going to start off online. But if you're not going to start off online, then any other character is free choice. And you got to pick a summon that has high attack ratio, and also not only a high attack ratio, but if it can blow up the whole map. Now, summons like Shiva, Ifrit, and Alexander are like the best summons to pick because they can hit the whole entire field and knock all the other characters out. So what you want to do is knock those characters out. You want to get rid of those. You want to knock those characters straight out of the arena. So those 3 summons are really good. The other summons are good depending on where you are. If you're on a big, massive stage, then you want to pick Shiva, Ifrit, or Alexander. But if you're like in a smaller stage where there's not very much stage, just like I think it's the Final Fantasy V stage. Pretty much, I have not gotten to Final Fantasy V yet because my disc broke, and so I have to wait till I buy it digitally on PSN and play it. But you know, but pretty much it says Final Fantasy V on the title of that. Like that's a small area, so any other summon would work perfectly. In fact, you can't go wrong with any of the summons you choose in that area, and that's for the meta, of course. Now there are going to be more characters added, such as villains, extra heroes, and all that stuff, you know. But if you're gonna learn, if you're gonna play online, and if you want to change your champion up and change it, let's just say you know Cloud doesn't become your favorite anymore, Squall is your favorite, then you're gonna have to train up with Squall before going on the online meta, you know, just so you can understand the different fighting styles of the characters, just in case you decide to switch your main. And that's only on the online. The offline, anything goes. Anybody's your main in the offline. Or the story mode, same thing. Anything could be your main in the story mode. In fact, you have to play as everybody as your main in the story mode, considering, well, it's the story mode. But, you know, but when you're online, it's best to pick yourself a main. And you can switch your mains. That's what's good about this game. You can switch your main. You just have to relearn everything you know. So that's pretty much my tips for beginners for Dissida NT. And may the crystal be with me. Like and subscribe, and please like. It's gonna really help because we got a broken YouTube system. Also hit the notification bell because we got a broken YouTube system. So may the crystal be with you, and that's tips for beginners of Dissida.